Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of Dungeon Dragons Neverwinter. And on this episode, we are going to be going into another, what would you call this? Is it PvP or is it just like a daily mission, right?
I would consider these more like the daily dungeons, basically, yeah. You know, it's just a kind of a side quest option for the game.
Yeah, and we want to go in through to several of these today, but somebody just declined it, unfortunately. You know, and these are pretty quick. I mean, I just joined it, what, like a minute and a half ago? Not even that, and we already finished it. We already got into one. Oh, there we go.
Oh, here we go. We're rolling into one now.
Sweet.
I'm good for what ails you.
Yeah, and they're pretty quick to get through,
I'm an
too,
honest
especially
fighter.
if you get a group of
I
people
have one word
who
for
know
you.
what they're doing, you know?
Yeah. Seems very straightforward. Of course, if you get some low-level people in there, because I think it was level 18 to 31 or something like that, guys. It's a pretty big range, and it's perfect for us because I'm only level 18, and you're level 27, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's we're trying to find something we can both get experience at and do together. I mean, he's pretty much done all the quests that I have not yet, so I didn't want to have him, you know, drag him around, because I can always catch up, you know, with those off camera, you know, while he's doing other stuff, because you actually have been working on several stuff. You want to tell us a little bit about some of your adventures, the guild that you're you know, kind of outfitting and things of that sort?
Well, just been doing some major questing on that, trying to get us to the point where we're ready for, we're starting to build, actually. And we're getting to that point now where I've gotten enough resources for us to get our wood farm started. But now I just get to that point of getting our group online so that we can all get in there and go take down a group of orcs that are guarding it. Me and Otaku came on about a week ago when we started these new characters, and we found that the two of us could take on the group by ourselves, but it definitely was. I did die once in the battle, so it would definitely be nicer to have the two of you guys with us, because make it just a little bit easier.
Yeah, definitely. I cannot wait to check it out. I mean, those guild things sound so cool. The fact that you know, there's so much to this game that we have yet to even discover, and it's Dungeons and Dragons, guys. Like, Dungeons and Dragons was always, for me anyways, a community game. Like, you got together with your friends, you played in the basement, you played in the garage. I live in the South, over in Texas, and we don't really have basements because of the water table. It's just way, way too high. It's just too expensive. You have to worry about flooding and things of that sort. But up north, I know everybody has basements. So we always played in the garage. And yeah, it was just a really good time to go over to your friends and just have a dungeon master who's spent like the last week in school just kind of sitting there working out this really you know, heckish maze and, you know, dungeon that you're just going to regret ever going inside. But yeah, it was a really good, really fun time. Did you ever do anything like that?
You know, as much as I've always wanted to, I never did get into the actual the D&D game. Actually, tomorrow night is going to be my first real experience with actually playing any kind of D&D game. I'm actually going to go to Otaku's, and we've got the Icewind Dale. I think it's the Icewind Dale series. It's the board game that was written by R.A. Salvatore about his characters that he's written about in all of his book series. And some of them are actually, you know, going to be found in this game that we're playing here, because it is the same fair run world that he writes in and stuff like that. So it's going to be really kind of cool to, you know, to get in there and play, see Dritz and all the guys, and actually see how the whole board game scenario kind of works. Like I said, I'm a noob when it comes to that stuff. I've never done it, and I'm kind of looking forward to it. So
yeah, that's going to be pretty sweet. The only thing I would say with playing those types of games is, especially if you're brand new, be a little more cautious than you normally would, because it sucks to die and lose everything. Like, your character goes from one game to the next, so if you die, you lose all those levels. Of course, unless somebody can, you know, revive you. It really depends on the dungeon master, like what they've put in there and how easy or how hard they're trying to make it for you, you know?
that is true. Yeah, and there's one thing about this one actually too. It's like there isn't really per se a dungeon master. It's actually kind of has a set storyline, I guess you could kind of say.
That's what the dungeon master does. He comes up with a storyline. He's like, okay, you guys are in a dungeon or you're out in the swamp, and these are the creatures you're going to find. Like, he sets all that up for you. It's really the sky's the limit when it comes to, you know, doing D&D in person. So
yeah. Well, see, that's where this one comes in a little bit differently, because, I mean, you don't really actually set yourself with a dungeon master. I mean, pretty much everybody kind of plays, and there are kind of some set parameters that you guys kind of have to play within with this game. It's not like a, you know, where a dungeon master just creates a world and you go do it kind of thing.
Well,
it's a little differently on how this one is kind of set up from what Kelly was, or what he was telling me.
Right. I'm just saying, like, basically, the Salvatore set it up for you. Like, he's your dungeon master. He's not there with you, but he's there in spirit. So.
Why do I always get the mimics? Never fails.
Which way did you guys go? Oh, you guys went back that way.
Yeah, they're up here. There's a couple chests that are up here, and never fails. Every time I open one of those stupid things, I always get the mimic chest.
Oh, nice. I'll take that. Yeah, but it's...
Yeah, right up here on top there is that chest. I don't know if you've seen it or not.
Yeah, I'm grabbing it now. Unable to perform action. Can we not do it in the middle of a fight?
No. If there's something going on close by, they won't let you.
Oh, I guess they just don't want you to sit there and get experience while everybody else is fighting and you're not doing anything. But yeah, it's really fun. Are you guys going to be playing with just 2 people? Or are you going to have like 4 or 5 people with you? I mean...
Well, it's their normal game night, so I mean, we could have anywhere between like the 3 of us to 15. I'm not really sure exactly who all is going to be there. Or, he's told me that a couple people that normally aren't going to be or aren't normally there are going to be. So it seems like we're going to have more than normal.
Nice.
Which is going to be kind of fun. You know, I'm hoping that we get as many people as possible. You know, I'd like to see a big group going in with this. So I think it'd make it more fun, actually.
Yeah, and you know, it can be more challenging the more people you have in there, because again, if you had the dungeon master in person, he'd be like, okay, you got 4 people, you're a small ragtag group in a dungeon. Oh, you got 15 people. You guys are, you know, knights on a quest to take out a dragon. You know, and so like it changes and it becomes more difficult and. Takes on a life of its own because you got more people there with you. So, are we going back the wrong way? Yeah, we're going back the wrong way.
Yeah, I was following those dudes and they went that way, but I don't know why they went that way because that's not the way we need to go.
They might have to sell, or maybe they got turned around or something like that.
Yeah, because there's that merchant that's up at the front that you can actually sell stuff to.
Yeah.
But
yeah, that's awesome, man. I'm you know, I can't wait to hear what you think of it and how'd you do it? You know, like have you figured out like what class, what race, what kind of thing you're at least contemplating on doing?
Well, the way I'm thinking about it, actually, I'm going to play Dritz because on that game you're actually getting to play RA's characters. So I mean, he's already got the characters set out for you. You just go in and, you know, play the dungeon that you're in for that set, you know, whatever it is. Like I said, I really have no clue what to kind of expect with this, but we were talking last week, and we were all talking about getting this set up, and Otaku was like, well, yeah, you can play Dritz, so I know you'll want that one. Nobody else could get that one, because he knows how much I love him. So I'll definitely get to play that, which will be kind of interesting, you know, because, you know, I mean, he's been kind of like, in a way, I guess you could say, an idol of mine ever since I started reading those series, just because of all the trials and tribulations that he's gone through in his life and, you know, in the fantasy world. So,
and the fact that you know him as well as you do means you're really going to be able to, you know, bring that character to life.
Yeah, and see, that's what I was thinking too. I mean, I know all of his, you know, all of his tenacities of what he wants to do and what, you know, what kind of situations, you know, and I think it'll be a little bit easier for me than basically starting fresh with a new character per se. But, you know, it kind of also helped me get me that idea of what I want to do for our big project that we're working on with our Minecraft. You know, kind of give me the idea of what I need to be doing, because that's basically what we're doing with that whole role-playing server that we got going on. You know, we're going to kind of create our own characters, and then we're going to kind of have our dungeon play us out a role.
Now serve me once again in death.
And I did actually email my buddy who's going to be kind of working with that on us. I did email him the package the other day, and he started going through it. And he's like, man, he's like, there's so many fun things that I already want you guys to go do.
See, that's cool. And yeah, I mean, that's what it's all about. Is some days, I mean, you want to play that character that's already been, you know, well established and has a character built behind it. And some days you want to play something that is just going to be you going out and, you know, creating what type of character you feel like doing that day. So, I mean, it really gives you that freedom of imagination, that freedom of just exploring your own personal you know, sides, the different parts of your own personality and stuff. You know.
That is true. That is true. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to that. I think it's gonna be really fun.
Yeah, because some days you get on and you feel like a troll. Other days you get on and you feel like helping everybody out. So.
Yep. I do that all the time.
Oh wow, jeez, these things keep popping up all over the place. There we go. Let's get our chest. What are we gonna get in this one? Yeah, I mean, I've been there before. I know some people hate trolls and some people love them. I think everybody is something at one point at time.
I agree. Yeah, I totally agree.
Everybody's got that day that they don't want to be part of the social network.
Right. You had a bad day. You just want to destroy some people.
Yeah.
You know, there's plenty of games out there like it. I was playing one a little while ago called Tanky Online, and all you do is get on and wreck face. Like, that's all you do is kill other people. There's no other aspect to that game. There's no team building, really. It's just destroy other players as fast and as much as possible. So
I do hope
that sounds fun. I have my days where I have to, you know, go into the Grand Theft Auto just to go on a killing spree because that's kind of a mood I'm in.
Yeah, and it's not like you literally want to hurt people, but it's just, you know, it's kind of therapeutic in a weird way, you know, is that you just get on there and they're just pixels. They're just pixels. You're not thinking about actually hurting real people. Because some of these, you know, like when the games first came out, same thing with comic books. You know, you used to have people go on there and be like, oh no, they're hurting people's minds. They're making people turn to violence and stuff. I remember hearing one of the surveys that some lady did. She went to a juvenile hall and she asked all the kids there a lot of questions. Right. One of the questions was like, what are you interested in? And most of the kids there, you know, being kids, said, "Oh, well, we like comics," you know. And she was like, "Oh, well, comics must be causing all these kids to show up here in juvenile hall." And I'm like, that's kind of like saying, you know, just because you eat ice cream and you're in juvenile hall, ice cream must cause it. You know, like, they're freaking kids. They're gonna be reading comic books. You know, that's what they're gonna be doing. I'm sure if you went to the place where they were at, like preacher camp, and you ask those kids, they'd be like, I love comic books too. You know, and I'm like,
but it'd be a different style, exactly.
Yeah, and it's just like drawing conclusions from like the worst set of circumstances possible. But yeah, I mean, I think video games are a nice release and a safe one, and I can't say for sure. I'm not a psychologist, but I think they're safe, and I think they're perfectly fine. To a certain point, there are certain games, I don't know if you've ever seen them, the ones that are banned, like from countries. There's one that all you do is go around murdering people. I would not really suggest anybody ever playing that one. That is a horrible, horrible game.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's just you on, like, it's almost like, what's the name of that movie where it's a whole bunch of prisoners on an island and only the last person standing gets to live and everybody else is, you have to kill them all to survive. That's kind of what that game is. It's just,
oh wow,
you're just running around killing people in like the worst way possible, and it's very, very graphic. So
I think I know what you're talking about. I've watched a buddy play, like it was a Manhunt or something like that. That was kind of like that. That just had some of the most gruesome deaths ever you could possibly see.
Yeah, and
that's exactly what it was like. You're just walking around destroying things.
And it's pretty much banned everywhere you can possibly think of. So yeah, there's some out there that I would agree that are a lot more violent than they should be. But overall, I think you know, they have a good, you know, humorous and entertaining feel to them, and they're made to make people laugh, not to, you know, cause them pain of any sort. So
I agree. I mean, and some of them, you know, it just shows the addictive nature of the person too, and that's really what can affect the person. I don't think that really video games are meant to be harming in a way, but at the same time, it's just depending on the person that's playing the game. You know, I mean, yeah, some people might turn into a serial killer because they've played a Grand Theft Auto or something like that. But
do you think they did? I mean, I like I said, we're not psychologists, but I think they didn't turn in because they played Grand Theft Auto. I think they probably already had that in them, and they just.
See, that's what I think about it. I think that was in them, buried deep, some place inside. That
maybe not even that deep.
Maybe not even that deep, even. You know, but maybe something in the video game actually stirred that passion. I'm like, hey, I could do this in a video game. Well, why not? Let's just go do it in a real life situation.
Oh,
I could possibly see that as an option, as something that might have happened. But at the same time, I'm not saying that every video game is going to be like that. It's going to do that, you know, obviously. But
yeah. See, I didn't even kind of grasp that that would be something that would even like unlock that in some people. I just think you either have it in you or you don't, and whether you're playing that game or not, it's probably going to get activated at some point, you know, just randomly, period. You know, like you could be eating a burger and be like, oh, let me go kill somebody or something, you know, like that seems like it's so random how some of these people work. But again, guys, we're probably going to go ahead and end the episode here. Weird conversation, but, you know, it's video games, and there's a lot of debate on, you know, different aspects of games, and so we want to touch on base with some of that from time to time, not get too serious, but it is something that, you know, as a gamer, we need to be aware of, and we regulate ourselves. The gaming community itself, just like the movies do, they you know, they put their own rating system on there and make sure, you know, kids don't play certain games, and adults know that certain games are going to be very violent or not violent or what. So, you know, just a whole bunch of different stuff on there, guys. Again, make sure to head on over to Rhino3756. Check out his site. You want to tell them a little bit about what they might find on there?
Yeah, I've been doing a lot of Neverwinter. I've got some Minecraft coming out as well. A lot of big builds that we're working on with the new server and trying to get all that roleplay aspects set up for it. And getting ready to start doing some Star Trek Online as well too, I think. So just downloaded it, and I'm going to be doing the patch on it because it takes my computer forever to do it here, probably this week sometime. So I'm going to give that a little whirl as well. So.
Oh, sweet. Yeah, I'll definitely join you in there if you want to join us on there and do a little bit. What side were you thinking about going in?
I haven't really decided yet. I'm kind of still kind of a noob to the whole. I watched Star Trek when I was younger, but I wasn't one of those that I got really in depth with. I'm liking the Romulan. I'm loving watching your guys' Romulan playthrough. I like that one so far. So I'll probably start a Romulan, and maybe a Klingon. I was always kind of a big fan of Worf as growing up. So
Microbrain. You like Microbrain?
So,
but guys, we will definitely catch you next time.
We'll talk to you guys later.
Hey guys, and welcome to the disembodied voice of AC Gamer. We are definitely going to be doing a lot more series in the future, but here are a few of them that you guys might find interesting. Of course, you're more than welcome to check them out. I would love to hear your comments. Again, if you do enjoy these videos, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe. It's definitely the indicator that I use to tell if you guys want to see more videos like that, of that particular game style, of that you know, series in the long run. So when you guys leave comments down, it helps me decide whether we should keep doing it, as well as whether you want to see games like that in the future. And here are a few of them right here. I kind of picked out a few of different genres. We will be doing spotlights for other YouTubers in the future. So if you want to get a little shout out, definitely let me know. If you group with me, chances are you will get a shout out in here eventually. But for now, these are just 4 series that I have that I feel like could use a little bit more attention, and that you guys might actually enjoy as well. Thanks again for watching, guys, and we will definitely catch you all next time.